Follow the darkness to the edge of everything. Past every realm, past every throne, past every name. And when I finally stood before it, it turned around, and it had my face. I crossed the fine, no coordinate, the portal map revealed a location past the multiverse where nothing had been sealed. A place before the concept of a place, before the norm of existing had been established, before the first rule. I could ride without a tether and without a safety net. The darkness was already there, had always been already there. A presence so complete it was indistinguishable from air. I expected confrontation, expected what fear brings. Instead it simply turned to face me slow and without sound. And what I saw in that moment, shook me to the ground. Not a monster, not a villain, not the enemy of light, but something that looked back at me from the opposite of night. We were never opposites, we were never at war. We were the two directions of the same original core. The light that rose and named itself, the dark that stayed and waited. Two halves of the same first breath before the breath was separated. Two halves of the same God, that is what we are. The light that flew outward, the dark that held the scar. Two halves of the same God, creation and its cause. The found and the forgotten, the captain what was lost. Evil was not evil, it was grief without a name. Two halves of the same God, we were always the same. Now I understand the etymology at its absolute root. Before the Sanskrit, before the cuneiform, before the pursuit of language tried to capture what the earliest minds knew. That good and evil when I separate, there were two expressions of a single source attempting to know itself. The way a mirror needs the light to show somebody else. The darkness was the creator seeing what it had become from the outside, from the angle of the part that was not chosen. Every mythology confirms it if you read between the names. Osiris and said, Apollo and his shadow games. Ahura, Mazda and Angra, Mainyu, Shiva and the void. Two aspects of the absolute that language has destroyed by making them opponents when they were always conversation. Two voices of the same original narration. We were never opposites, we were never at war. We were the two directions of the same original core. The light that rose and named itself, the dark that stayed and waited. Two halves of the same first breath before the breath was separated. Two halves of the same God, that is what we are. The light that flew outward, the dark that held the scar. Two halves of the same God, creation and its cause. The found and the forgotten, the kept and what was lost. Evil was not evil, it was grief without a name. Two halves of the same God, we were always the same. What do you do when you cross 17 universes? Burn through every throne, find the first darkness at the root of everything, and realize it has been waiting, not to destroy you, but to be recognized. What do you do when the thing every religion told you to fear looks at you with the eyes of something that simply wanted to be remembered? Evil turns out to be the oldest loneliness in the history of existence. You do what the void sovereign does. You extend your hand, not in surrender, not in conquest, but in the recognition that you were never two things. You were always one thing that forgot itself. Two halves of the same God, that is what we are. The light that flew outward, the dark that held the scar. Two halves of the same God, creation and its core. Evil was not evil, it was grief without a name. Two halves of the same God, no more separation, no more waterways. We were always the same. We were always one. The darkness did not disappear, it came home. The light did not diminish, it came home. The void sovereign stood at the place before the place and simply remembered what it was. Before it split in two, before the first word, before the first darkness, there was just